Welcome back, everybody, to the Renaissance Humanism podcast. For today's episode, I'll be discussing non binary and the rejection of traditional social norms. A non binary person, whether born genetically male or female, will reject the identity and social norms concerning the duties and responsibilities of humanity's binary sexes. Women and men are biologically reproductive dissimilar. This is sexual distinctiveness gives rise to sexual asymmetry. The fundamental reality that the potential consequences of sexual intercourse are far more immediate and serious for women than for men. And put simply, women are responsible for carrying a fetus to full term, which can take 9 months. And in that state, a woman is more vulnerable to predators and acts of violence. Also, on average, a woman is weaker than a man physically, which puts her in a greater degree of danger. This is on average, obviously, if a woman's an athlete, she does a lot of working out, does a lot of exercises, and she'll be more physically fit than a man who plays video games, jerks off every single day, and doesn't really look after themselves. I'm just saying on average, by humanity's baseline. So that's saying that it's a healthy man is going to be a lot fitter, a lot stronger than a woman of the same similar kind of caliber. Socially, there is a reason why female teachers who date their pupils or have intercourse with their teachers are not seen, well, teachers is seen in a negative light compared to a male teacher with a female student. That's right. The reason for this is the social sexual norms underpinning the governing of our society. With social laws, social sexuality between both sexes is viewed incredibly different. On an average, a 14-year-old boy will be stronger than a full grown adult woman. Hence the power imbalance regarding the physicality on the male side. So, to put simply, a woman who dates a male student not going to have the same consequences as a male teacher who dates a female student. It's because society uses male and female sexuality very different. For a young lad, if he's sleeping with his teacher, he's probably seen like a hero or that he's doing well. For a young woman, she'd probably seen that she's being abused just because of different social standards. And also the crimes are treated very differently. Because if a female teacher sleeping with a male pupil, the chance of her getting actually arrested having serious consequences and not as severe if it was a man in a similar position. As for non-binary, it is a rebellion against labels and responsibilities, even against growing up, because we get older, we take on more responsibilities, and by the time we reach our 30s, our personalities will be fully formed. Our self-esteem is developed in our child and early teens. By the time we reach our mid-20s, what makes us who we are is already established. This can be inconvenient because people who may identify as non-binary will reject any form of labeling as being anti-creative and constrained to who they actually want to be, and so they can actually change who they want to be continuously. Life is very complicated, and understand our responsibilities and duties. We need to labels to understand what a wife is, what a boyfriend is, what a girlfriend is, what a husband is, and even what a date is. Without labels, there's no guidance, rules to follow regarding what to do and who to be in each given situation. These labels are also constraining. That's why modern society and non-binary people rejects labels because they don't want responsibility for the constraints of social norms and rules both legally and socially which govern our societies. In life, there are social norms which govern how we behave. For instance, opening a door for a woman or inviting somebody back for a cup of coffee after they have labels and responsibilities, which are important by the meaning and social understanding what this means, which is important of chivalry when dating a woman and understanding the intentions of both peoples. To build a life and to grow up requires taking on responsibilities and labels such as mother, father, brother, sister, and lover, as well as many more, which constrain us as we get older and we take on more responsibility. Being non-binary, rejecting social norms in the long run is more harmful to individuals because if we reject everything or we try to become everything, there's not enough time to devote to become everything and nothing at once at the same time. People reading this to our professionals who have developed a career will know it's not possible to be a lawyer, a soldier, or working in tech all at the same time. It can take 5 years to become a true master of a high value skill set on a high scale as well. So we spend so long in higher education developing our mastery. That's what makes choices and choosing labels is essential in a life because we all only have so much time in our life and it's incredibly hard and complicated. Young people choose to be non-binary and making the choice not to grow up, take on responsibilities of being a man or being a woman, and taking on both the good and bad both of those experiences because being a man and being a woman, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. As a man, if I walk the street, chances are if I got a woman in front of me, she's not going to walk the same street as me, or she's going to hang back wait for me to get past. Just the way it is, it makes me feel like crap. I understand it because it's just part of the social norms, it's part of the society we live in. And as for a woman, if it's dark, it's late, and that we're both walking home, she might feel terrified who this bloke who's walking up, might think I'm a bit shifty. And we've all been there as well. And also the fact that if I go on a date with a woman, chances are she ain't going to sexually assault me because for a man, we don't mind women who's interested in us. I think that's right. I'm not going to say that men don't like being. I'm not, I don't think I'll say that men like being sexually assaulted by women because it depends whether that actually. Yeah, that's a bit confused. But I'm sure the audience who's listening to this understands what I'm trying to say. In different social norms, different expectations, it is what it is. If a man opens the door for a woman, woman might necessarily open the door for a man. A man pulls that door for a woman or chair for a woman, helps her out, grabs a coat, that's how she is, blah 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 blah. And that's just social norms and responsibilities. Same with being a father, being a mother. Because blokes don't give birth to babies as well. There's strong elements in the LGBTQA plus communities that reject social norms, which is entirely understandable for men and women who grew up in the 1960s and 70s when there was heavy gay LGBTQA plus discrimination. So it makes sense that why they reject social norms and conventions that govern their societies because the culture didn't update fast enough for people outside of the mainstream culture during that period, they felt like they have the convention of husband, mother, and wife did not apply to them. In all of the United States 50 states since 2015, the LGBTQ plus marriage is now allowed, also for the United Kingdom as well. On July the 17th, 2013, the royal permission was granted to the Marriage Same-Sex Couples Act in 2013. On the 10th of December 2013, Her Majesty's government announced that for the first time, same-sex marriage would occur on the 29th of March 2014. As for Generation Z born between 1997 to 2010, the oldest Gen Z is now 26 years old, with the youngest being 13 years old. In their case, they are rebelling and rejecting social conventions and rejection of labels that help govern relationships and family, how to live life as well. I hope you all found today's episode interesting and informative. Please don't subscribe, don't forget to leave a comment, and please take care. Peace out. I also hope you all enjoy your weekend as well, unless you are at work. Thank you for listening.